Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social science class. In our previous class, we know very well, we were discussing about the lesson, the impact of British rule in India. So, as we were discussing about the lesson, the impact of British rule in India, I think we were discussing about the land taxes policies which were implemented by the British in India. Among that, already we have discussed about the permanent Jamindari system and the Mahalwari system also. So next we are about to start the discussion about Raitwari system. This Raitwari system is also one of the land taxes policy which has been implemented by the British in India. The Raitwari system was first implemented in Baramahal region by Alexander Reed in 1792. See, this Alexander Reed first time implemented this Raitwari system in Baramahal region in 1792. The system was later implemented in Madras and Mysore region by Thomas Munro in 1801. So first it was implemented in Baramahal region. Later, once again, it was expanded to Madras and Mysore regions also by Thomas Munro in 1801. So most of these regions had become part of British Empire by that time. So almost all these regions where the Raitwari system was implemented, these regions were part of the British Empire by that time. Under this system, both the farmer and the company were directly linked. So, permanent Jamindari system and Mahalwari system were there, Apart from that, Raitwari system was having a new system. So, in this new system, both the farmer as well as the company were directly linked. So, there was no mediator here, no broker here. So, company directly linked with the farmer. So, the tiller of the land was recognized as the owner of the land. In the sense, the person who is going to practice the agriculture in the land or who is going to work on the land, he is only going to be known as the owner of the land. The owner had to pay 50% of produce as land taxes to the company government. So, whoever is the owner of the land, it is compulsory for him to pay 50% of his produce as land tax to the government or company. The land tax had 30 years tenure. So this land tax was it was fixed for almost 30 years. So for 30 years there was no chance of again changing this system. The tax could be revived after this tenure only. In the sense, up to 30 years there is no change in the tax policy, and if at all you need any changes, that changes can be done only after 30 years. Okay. So, though the small farmers were given land ownership, they were subjected to more suffering due to heavy land taxes. No doubt, in this Raitwari system, small farmers were also able to get the ownership of the land. But the thing is, even though they got the ownership of the land, due to heavy land taxes, it was very difficult for them to pay the taxes because 50% of their production used to be given only as the taxes only. The officials took punitive actions to collect the land taxes. Now, the officials were there, So, by hook or crook, so it was compulsory for them to collect the taxes from the farmers. And in order to collect this, they took the very difficult steps. In the sense, they started to torture the farmers. The farmers had to borrow from the money lenders whenever the crops failed. Now you see, when the crops are coming time to time, there is no problem for the farmer to pay the tax. So due to failure of rains, or due to drought, or due to famine, or for some other reasons, if the crops are going to fail, it becomes very difficult for them to pay the tax. During that time, it became inevitable for the farmers to take the loan from the money lenders. And whenever Though the company government claimed that the new system benefited the farmers, the irony was that more farmers had to lose their lands due to its implementation. So actually the company said very clearly, no, by the right worry system, the farmers are getting benefited. Actually, one side they are getting the ownership of the land, but in a reality, as they were unable to pay the taxes to the government, and as they took the loan from the money lenders, so it was compulsory for them to lose their lands once again to whom they were supposed to repay the money. So, directly or indirectly, what I am going to say here is these land tax policies were not at all in favor of Indian farmers. So, always they tried their level best to squeeze the blood of the Indian farmers. So, now we are going to discuss about some of the impact of British land tax system. See, when it comes to the impact of land tax system, first one is a new class of zamindars who exploited the farmers were created. Now you see, before the land tax came into existence, there was no class of zamindars. So a new class of zamindars came into existence and those who exploited the farmers. So usually these zamindars came into existence only in order to exploit the farmers. And they used to collect the taxes more than the government company which has been fixed. And next is the farmers who were subjected to the exploitation of the zamindars became landless slowly. Definitely, what happened? You see, when the zamindars started to harass the small farmers in order to pay the taxes, slowly, day by day, what happened? You see, many of the farmers became landless. So, as they were unable to pay the taxes, it was compulsory for them to take the loan, and when it was not possible for them to refund the loan, they were supposed to sell their land. So, third one, land became commodity. Loans could be raised by mortgaging the lands. Now you see, this land became the commodity. So commodity in the sense goods and things. So now loans can be raised on the basis of the land, and they can mortgage the land, and on the basis of mortgaging the land, it is possible for them to get the loans. And fourth one is many zamindars also had to mortgage their lands in order to pay the land taxes. Here, not only the farmers, even the zamindars were also supposed to mortgage their lands in order to pay the taxes to the company. The agriculture sector became commercialized and had to grow raw materials needed by industries back in England. Now you see, once upon a time, agriculture, it was mainly for the self-sufficient. In order to fulfill the basic needs of the human beings, they used to produce the crops or food grains. Now it is not like that. So it became totally commercialized. So here, farmers were supposed to grow the raw materials which were badly in need of industries for the England. And as a result, once again, the farmers were under great trouble. And the money lenders became strong. Now you see, the people, those who are giving the money for people on the interest rate, no, they became very strong here. And the money lenders became very powerful. And next is the modern education system. Let us see how was the education system during the British period. Now you see, the traditional education of Indians was in practice continuously. Whatever the traditional education system was there, no, in India, it was continued. And the thing is, certain changes occurred in the traditional education system during the rule of Muslim kings during the Middle Ages. Whatever the traditional education system was there, no, in that traditional education system, so during the rule of Muslim kings, some changes took place in the Middle Ages. Later, new changes occurred during the British rule during 18th century. So finally, the new changes took place during the 18th century when British came to India. So new schools were started for the children of British and Europeans living in India. So now you see, new schools were started only for the purpose of children of British and Europeans living in India. In a sense, the people, those who are living in India, those who belongs to the British and Europeans, no, for them only a new school was started. Since these facilities were never extended to the locals, so actually for Indians, no, these facilities were not at all available. So it was available only for the people, those who belongs to the European countries or the British. It was of no use for them. So Warren Hastings facilitated the expansion of the modern education in India. Finally, the Warren Hastings was there, no? He tried his level best to expand the modern education in India. In 1781, he started Kolkata Madras. Jonathan Duncan, a British citizen, started Sanskrit College in Banaras in 1792. But it was Charles Grant who pressed for the universalization of British education in India. Now you see, many of the people, they played their important role in the expansion of education in India. But we are not giving that much importance for these people because they were concentrated only towards the Europeans and the British. First time the Charles Grant was there, no, he gave the pressurized for the universalization of British education in India. So what he thought is, it is better that this education system should be utilized by everyone. So it should not only for the British or only for the Europeans. Even Indians can also afford this education. The expansion of the British education, India received special support after the appointment of Lord William Bentinck in 1828 as the governor. So in 1828, Lord William Bentinck became the governor of India, and during his period, no, he gave a special support for the expansion of British education in India. So General of India, Bentinck appointed Macaulay as the member of Governor General's Executive Committee. Macaulay was also appointed as the chairperson of the Committee on Education. So this Macaulay, he was appointed as the chairperson of the Committee on Education. The report on education submitted by him in 1835 became the base of modern education in India. So whatever the report the Macaulay given in 1835, so it became the base for the modern education in India. His policy aimed at the creation of new class of Indians who are Indian by body but British in intelligence. Okay. Opinion and taste. So the use of English medium in Indian learning system started after 1830s. So the use of English language or English medium in the Indian education system started after 1830s only. Before 1830s, there is no question of English in Indian education system. Another important development included the establishment of universities in India. So the Governor General Lord Dalhousie established universities in Kolkata, Bombay and Madras as per the suggestion of Charles Wood's Commission in 1854. So finally in 1854, Lord Dalhousie gave preference for the establishment of universities in India. So after this, education started becoming universalized in India. So when the universities came into existence in India, so slowly, day by day, what happened, you see, the education started to become universalized in India. Okay, so this was the modern education system in India. So today, we are going to wind up our class here itself. In the next class, no, we are going to start with the discussion of the impact of British education in India. Till to that, bye. See you.